In this video, I'm going to show you how to speed up your edits using Shotcut. First thing I'm going to show you is something that most of you have probably gone through, and that's when you are working on your edits and you play back the clip and it looks choppy like this. That really messes up your workflow right there. The way to fix that is to come up to settings. This is your first tip. Come up to settings and go to preview scaling, and you want to put it at 360p. It's going to be a lower resolution, but it's not going to affect your final project. Your final project, once you export it, is going to be smooth. It's going to be 4K. It's going to be the way you want it. No problems. So once you do that, your video should look like this. Alright, the second tip is I'm going to bring down a couple of clips here to the timeline. And the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of these black bars. In case you guys didn't know how to do that, just go to filters, hit the plus button, go to size, position, rotate, and in the zoom bar, make it 120% zoom. And that ought to fix it. And I'm gonna copy this filter right here by pressing on this copy checked filters button, and that's gonna copy that filter, that 120% zoom filter, so that when I bring other clips over, for example, here's a second tip, how to bring down multiple clips from your playlist to your timeline. Select the first clip that you want, and then select the last clip of the bunch that you want, and press it, and once they're all selected, just drag and drop them onto the timeline. Now all these that I just dropped have the black bars in them, but since we copied the filter earlier, we're going to select all these clips and remove the black bars, all with one click. Right click on any of these selected clips and hit apply copied filters, and that's going to remove the black bars from all of these clips. And if you want to delete them all, just select them all and hit X on your keyboard. That'll get rid of them. So for the next tip, we're going to add another video track right above this one by clicking Control I on your keyboard. Control I. That adds another video track. So we're going to add some text next. So go to Open Other, Text, Rich, Open, and then we're going to drag and drop this here to the second video track. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. And we're going to add some text here, just any text, just so you can see. Here I'm going to change it up a bit, change the color to a yellow, and the font to an old newspaper types. And once you have this, I'm going to make this text come in from the left side all the way across and exit to the right side of the screen. But I'm going to show you, this is the third tip. Sometimes when you're messing around with text, moving these things around, sometimes we lose the handle. Let me get rid of this thing here. Sometimes we lose the handle. For example, I can't get the handle to bring it back down. Sometimes I lose it on the left side or on the right side. But the best way to get it is just click on this down arrow next to this white square, zoom 10%, and then you'll see it right there. And that's important because if you want to make your text straight, it's hard if you move it this way, set the keyframe, and then move it this way with your handle, because sometimes it's going up and down. It's not going to end up straight most of the time. So the way I do it is I put it right where I want it to be in the center, and then I go here to where it says position. I change this number to negative 1500, negative 1500, and that moves the text all the way to the left side out of the screen. Then I'm gonna hit this keyframe icon to add a keyframe. This keyframe track opens up. I'm gonna move this about 8 seconds, and then I'm gonna move the text all the way to the right by changing this number here from negative 1500 to 2000, just positive 2000. Then when you play it back, this is what it looks like. Before I play it back, this brings me to another tip. This tip is that when you play back here on your preview screen, it's going to have that container box around the text, and you don't want that. So to get rid of that, hit this area right here. Just click on this green area where it says V2 or V1, and that gets rid of the box, those white lines. Now when you play it back, it's going to look straight. And the way to tell if it's straight is come over here to this grid box, go to 16 by 16 grid, and you see where the line is. The line is right where the T gets crossed. That's where the line is. Let's see if it remains there for the rest of the clip. See, the line here is still on the cross of the T, and that's how you make your text animation straight. Because if you make them crooked, you're gonna have to start over and waste a bunch of time. And one more thing about keyframes. Here's the keyframe track and here's the timeline track. If you want them together side by side, just go select where it says keyframes, just click on it and drag it a little bit until you see that gray box appear on the left side. Once it appears, just drop it and it'll fall into that box. And now you have your keyframe track right next to your timeline track, and you can go back and forth between them. But I like to have them separate. If you want to separate them, just grab keyframes again, drag it, this time drag it towards the middle until you see this bottom section get grayed, until you see this bottom section gray area, and just drop it in there, and now you have two tabs again, the timeline and the keyframes. And you can move these around. I like the keyframes on the left side. And if for whatever reason you ever lose your track, like sometimes I move it around and I go way too low, in this case I can see it, but sometimes it disappears. And to make it reappear, just come over to settings, actually come over to view, just come over here to view, click on view, go to layout, and restore default layout, and that'll give you back the two tabs, keyframes, timeline. Let me just get rid of this area here so I can have more room. So your sixth tip is going to be to hit Control S often. I know it's a small thing, but it's a big thing when Shotcut decides to crash and you lose your project. So just constantly be hitting Control S on your keyboard to save the project. And the last tip is that when you finally do finish your project, you have to save it as a .mlt. Just hit Control S before you close the project, and that's gonna save it so that when you need to make other edits to that project, you'll be able to bring it back in here. So these tips are gonna help you save time and become a better editor. So thanks for watching.